Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about this quick attach plate that I bought off of Amazon. Now I can't even pronounce the name of the seller and the or manufacturer of this. I'm going to include a photo. Okay. But this video isn't specific about this manufacturer because there's lots of them that sell these quick attach plates. What I'm going to be talking about is like how to test if your quick attach plate is actually good, right? Before you go through the trouble of welding stuff on here. Okay, now first of all, this one over here in particular said that there were holes on this thing for running bolts through. There aren't. Okay, which is not important because I wasn't planning to put U-bolts and stuff. I'm actually planning to weld onto that. The piece I'm going to weld is this carryall. I'm going to basically weld this thing onto that, and it's going to kind of act as kind of like a fork for lifting like heavy logs and stuff. Now I do have like pallet forks over there. Where are they? There you go, sitting on the ground right there next to my bucket. I don't want to use that for lifting up like logs and stuff like that, because a lot of times you got to kind of like dig into the ground a little bit to get the logs up. So I'd rather use something a little bit more crude like this carryall. Okay, so this is meant to go on the back of the tractor. Okay, on the 3-point. However, like first, on the 3-point, I got my counterweight here, so I got 1,000 pounds on the back over here, and that's on top of the tires that are filled. So having counterweight is really important. It gives those big tires in the back extra traction. Okay, so what this video is really about is before I go into the trouble of welding that or any other attachments onto the front of this, I want to make sure that this plate is going to stay on there, that this is going to be good. Okay, so I was playing around with this yesterday, and I think I found a good way to test this out to make sure that this plate is good. Because one of the main concerns with these quick attach plates is this lip over here. This one I think comes down like maybe 1.5 inches. As you can see over here, my bucket comes all the way down to here. Okay, so these lips, they always seem to come up like whatever, like 1/4 inch short. Okay, and it's like a lot of times I'll wonder, like, why the hell didn't they just extend this a little bit more? I'm thinking that they have a good reason for it, right? Because this is 5/16 metal. They're not saving a whole lot of money in steel. I'm thinking that the reason why they don't extend this just a little bit more is for compatibility issues, right? So because there's a lot of different companies that make these quick attachments. And if they extend it a little bit more, they might run into some compatibility issues. Okay, so that's why I think that they try to come up just like to 1.5 inches over here. Okay, so the question is, like, if you look at the reviews, lots of people will say is that they will mention that they come up short, and there's a lot of times there's a concern that it may not stay on there, right? So before I go through the trouble of welding stuff on this, I want to make sure that this is gonna stay on there. Okay. So let me put the camera on the mount. First of all, let's take a quick look at some of the welding work. Looks good. On this side, it does seem to have a little bit more meat here compared to this side. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I mean, this is 5/16 steel. Okay, so I think that'll still be good enough. And I mean, if anything, I can always fill it in a little bit more if I ever needed to. But now this is the 5/16. This one was like $125 for this plate. The 1/4 inch steel was like $105. So for the extra $20, I think it's worth getting the 5/16. It doesn't add that much more weight, and it's a lot stronger. Okay, so here, let me put this camera on the tripod. Hold on. All right, so first of all, before I do that, I just want to. I'm going to disconnect this for you guys. Actually, let me start this up and lower it. So I'm going to completely disconnect this. All right. So Yeah, with the 5/16, it's not that much heavier. So I'm going to go through 2 tests to make sure that this is good. I'm going to do the first test. That was the first test. That's no big deal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to really test out the lip to see if this thing is going to if it's going to hold. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this part here underneath my hitch. I'm going to hook this underneath the hitch, and I'm going to lift the truck up. Alright, so that's how I tested this. Get this off the tripod. That's how I tested this to make sure that this lip here, it has enough grab and it's not gonna like fall off if I try to like lift some log or something, right? And as you can see, the tires on this truck are like completely off the ground. Alright. So I'm like 100% satisfied that this quick hitch here is going to be good. And now I can go through the trouble of welding. Alright guys, so this is the test that I recommend that you guys do with your quick hitch before you start doing any like work on it, like welding and stuff like that. If you do this and you see that like it falls off or something, yeah, you know it's no good. Now, like I said, I got the 5/16. This is probably like the place over here of the most stress. With the 5/6, like if you got like a thin one with enough stress, this might bend over here, right? And it might slip. The 5/16 is like 100% like thick enough that there's no way that it's gonna bend and this plate is gonna slip out, right? I mean, in fact, this plate is thicker than this plate over here that's holding it, okay? Because this is probably like a 1/4 inch. That's 5/16. So you could probably get away with the 1/4 inch as well. But like I said, hey, you know what? For the extra $20, I just get the heavy duty one. Okay. So there it is, guys. That's how you're gonna test out your quick hitch to make sure it's not gonna fall off. All right, so there it is, guys. It's welded on. I use this Lincoln welder, so it's not like a great welder for welding like thick steel, but it gets it done. I mean, you got to work on it. I mean, we'll see what kind of penetration I got. So it's I mean, I put a lot of shit in there. Put a whole spool into this, so I think I probably got it from both sides. Like I got it, like I did it on this side here, and then I also did it like on this side over here. Okay, I mean, I couldn't get in there to grind it down a little bit. Here I was able to smooth it out a little bit. So I think that should probably hold it. Hey, I loaded it up onto my truck here because it's going to a different location where I have a different tractor, and I'm going to be working with this. But I'm just looking at the backside, and I can see like the burns. Even though there's like 5/16 steel, I can see the burn marks coming through the back. So that's a good indication that even though these are like you know, not like exact professional welds, they should be fine. It should hold, because I got like burn marks coming through the 5/16 steel. That means that we got decent penetration into the steel. Hey everyone, testing out those welds, and they look good. Got this tree up over here. You can take a close look at it. Not bad. Actually, this tree's starting to crack. I heard some cracking. I wasn't sure what it was. I thought maybe it was the welds going, but no, it's actually the tree starting to crack. I'm like, what is that cracking? I got a little real nervous, but no, it's the tree cracker. So, hold on, let me back up. That's as high as I can get that tree up. I'm going to cut that tree up. That tree's pretty much maxed out my lift capacity. I mean, it's heavier than, you know, I mean, I could get it that high, but I can't get it any higher up. So this thing's gonna be, it's probably more than 1,200 pounds, because I've got pretty much the weight, like almost, not exactly on the pins, but pretty close. So it's probably like 1,000 pounds. So yeah, this thing's working out pretty good. We can get this tree up over here. So not bad. This is gonna work out really good for me. You can see I got freaking logs over there that fell down. I have all these trees over here that freaking cracked on me. I got like a pile of wood over there, like way back there. I gotta move. So this is gonna be perfect. So yeah, like I said, I had forks, but I don't want to use my forks for something like this. Like you can see how I got dirt over there from like digging underneath the tree. So yeah, I don't want to use my pallet forks for this. Like this, like I don't care if I like, you know, if I run these into the dirt or if I hit rocks or stuff like that. So when I bought that carry roll, it was like $150. I mean, now I know it's more expensive, but so basically it was like $150 for the carry roll, and I think it was like $125 for the quick attach plate. So you know, it's still cheaper than getting a grapple or getting like another set of forks. Let's see if we can balance this a little bit and get this tree to crack. It'll save me the trouble of having to cut in that spot right there. Right away. Yeah, I'm pretty much like maxed out on this thing as far as weight. No, we're not going to be able to crack it. I mean, I'd have to sit back and crack it. Actually, let's see if I can pull it. That's another thing I'm going to have to do. I got to be able to pull shit back. Right, so the way I have it set up there, right? You see those corners right there? That's really good for like if I gotta pull something back, I can like get under there and I can pull back. So that's why I put those heels there. Alright, this is good.